They attacked a human base. Humanity hit back. Minutes later, their home planet was gone. Admiral D. Horden stood at the viewport of the reckoning and watched the gold atmosphere catch the light of its sun. He opened the civilian broadcast channel. He said, "Your government sent ships against a human station. 900 people lived there. The offer we made was not accepted. What happens next is the consequence." He closed the channel, then he gave the fire order. No beam, no light, no sound. The 12 emitters activated, and in the core of a planet older than human memory, something began, something that would not stop. 6 hours. Below the reckoning, the atmosphere shimmered. The planet began to shake. 19 hours earlier, Nova Crest smelled like bread. Commander Dara Nas was reading maintenance logs when Lieutenant Edric Whale said, "Commander, proximity alarm." She set down her coffee. "How many contacts?" "Still counting." The count came in at 190 ships. They emerged from fold space in clusters, dark-hulled and angular, nothing like human vessels. These ships were built like geometry. Nas tried 4 times, standard frequencies, galactic common, the Tarathi trade channel, silence each time. The fleet kept coming. She used the next 4 minutes to confirm the children in the school were moving to the blast-shielded tunnels, to do the math on what 190 warships do to a station with 62 soldiers and a missile grid 4 years past its service date, and to say, "Whale, open the module." The emergency transmission module sat on her console, matte black, palm-sized, one red key recessed so it couldn't be pressed by accident. What it sent was everything. Every contact attempt, every ship count, every approach vector real-time, going to Earth command on a signal that couldn't be jammed. It was built by engineers who understood that the stations sending these signals often didn't survive long enough to send a second one. The first volley hit the outer shields. Private Tail Mora grabbed the rail of the south battery and fired the rail gun. The tungsten slug crossed the gap to the lead Tarathi ship and left a scratch on its hull. He fired again and again. The Tarathi didn't maneuver. They advanced in a wall. It was arithmetic, something that had decided another thing should stop existing. Sergeant Adra Wenk was calling targets from the North Battery, then she wasn't. Tail kept firing. He was the last gun. Nas's voice came over the station-wide channel. She did not shout. "All personnel, Nova Crest cannot hold. Non-combat to the pods now. Soldiers, you have done everything that could be done. This is a signal, and it has been sent." 3 more shots. Then the power coupling gave out, and the gun went dead in his hands. He picked up his rifle. 41 pods launched, small white shapes spinning away in every direction. The Tarathi fleet did not fire on them. No one who studied the engagement afterward could agree on why. Director Ren Calvert was 58 years old and had held his position for nearly 2 decades without once using the phone on his nightstand that had only one number in it. He used it at 200. He had watched the full record transmission all the way through, the contact attempts, the ship count, Nas's voice calm while the walls came down, and then sat with it in the dark for a while. Then he dressed. Then he picked up the phone. The voice that answered said nothing. It waited. "Open the holo," Calvert said. "It's time." From the outside, the moon looked like every other dead rock in that system. That was by design. The masking array buried under the surface had worked perfectly for nearly 2 decades. When Calvert's words came through, every light in the facility came on at once. Every person in the building stopped for exactly 1 second, not because they were ordered to, because they understood what the words meant. Some had spent their entire careers here, waiting for a signal they privately hoped would never come. Then they moved. Admiral D. Horden was already awake. He had been in the command center for 40 minutes, reading the relay that preliminary data had sent ahead. When Calvert's confirmation came through, Horden set down his coffee. "All hands, threshold protocol confirmed active. This is not a drill. Pre-launch on all vessels, full drive check in 38 minutes. Navigation has coordinates. weapons crews to stations. No one cheered, no one spoke except to confirm. The room filled with keyboards and bootsteps and the low hum of 53 drive systems waking. He looked at the fleet in the rock-carved caverns below, 53 ships, each one carrying weapons systems and fold drives no published record described. The galaxy knew humans were fast. They did not know how fast. He thought about the woman whose voice was in the full record, calm while the station came apart. She sent the signal, "I am what answers." 38 minutes, he said, not 39. The ships rose without ceremony. They oriented, the fold drives spun up, and the space around each hull did the thing fold drives make space do, a cold shiver in the light. Then they were gone. The Tarathi home system's defense grid had held for nearly 3 centuries. It opened fire within 4 seconds of the fleet's arrival. The fleet arrived all at once, not staggered the way most species deployed. All 53 ships dropped into normal space in the same 2-second window, already at combat speed, already in formation. The grid hit them with everything it had. On the Reckoning's bridge, the impact registered as sound before data, a deep, resonant tone through the hull. Then the shields absorbed it. 89, Commander Sato said, no damage fleet-wide. Horden didn't move from his chair. Position Alcove 1, all ships follow. The fleet pivoted, all 53 moving together, toward the first of 3 calibration gaps in the shield satellite ring. The grid's engineering files had been in human hands for 11 years, taken by an asset whose name was in no record. 3 gaps the Tarathi had never fixed, because no one was supposed to know they existed. The first satellite came apart, a gap opened, the second and third followed, the weapons platforms died in priority order, firing until they couldn't. None of the threshold ships were lost. 34 minutes, the grid was gone. Horden stood at the viewport. The Tarathi home world filled it, gold atmosphere, angular continents, blue-black oceans. It was beautiful. From this distance, it looked like every other place a large number of people had spent their whole lives calling home. He opened the civilian channel. People of the Tarathi Dominion, my name is Admiral D. Horden. 22 hours ago, your government attacked a human civilian station called Nova Crest. 900 people lived there. 62 soldiers defended it. 1 station built for families. We gave your government 48 hours to evacuate this planet. That offer was not accepted. I am sorry for what I am about to do. I am not sorry for doing it. He closed the channel. Lieutenant Commander Fenn said, Sir, there are close to 4 billion people on that planet. I know. The weapon, Fenn stopped, swallowed. Horden looked at him. The emitters start a cascade in the core. It takes 6 hours to become permanent. In those 6 hours, their evacuation fleet can move hundreds of thousands of people to the outer system. What they do with those 6 hours is their choice. Across the fleet, 12 ships received a coded signal. The initialization took 4 minutes. Then they fired. No beam, no light, no sound. All ships begin recording, Horden said. Full sensor logs from this moment. The galaxy needs to see what this costs, both sides. The earthquake started small. Instruments flagged the readings within minutes. The government knew exactly what it was. The evacuation fleet launched, cargo haulers, passenger ships, government transports. The spaceports filled fast. What the recordings show is the thing that looks the same in every species, people holding on to each other at the last moment, not wanting to let go. When it ended, it didn't end with an explosion. The core gave way from inside, and the planet came apart over 47 minutes, the way things come apart when what holds them together stops working. Where there had been a planet, there was a debris field. Rodrev's fleet dropped out of fold 4 hours later. They had expected a star system. They found a star, a debris field, and 53 human warships sitting dark and silent. Then Horden's voice came through, measured, tired, carrying weight without hiding from it. Commander Rodrev, I am transmitting the coordinates of your evacuation fleet. They are in the outer system. They are unharmed. We did not touch them. Go to your people. What comes next is your decision. We will not pursue. The Galactic Assembly convened in emergency session. Ambassador Skethval stood at the podium with a prepared statement. He set it down. Do not attack their people. Do not attack their stations, their ships, their colonies. They are not aggressive. They have never taken space that was claimed. They have never started a conflict that wasn't started against them first. But they finish all of them. Whatever they are, they finish what is started against them, and they do not forget. He sat down. On the bridge of the reckoning, Horden wrote his report by hand. His handwriting was steady. The first line took him a long time to find. We did not start this. We did not have a choice without cost. I want both of those facts in the record. He set the pen down. Outside the viewport, where a yellow star had one fewer planet in its orbit, the debris field caught the light and held it.